It might be different where you are, but here in the UK, summer is just straight up over. Even though it technically ends on September the 23rd, as soon as September the 1st hits, we basically don't see the sun again until June. Thankfully it isn't super cold though, but it isn't super warm either. So I feel like now is a great time to showcase some of the pieces I've picked up and will be wearing as we transition into the fall and winter weather. I'm going to talk you through each piece in detail and show you what they look like on body. For reference, I'm 5'10", around 140 pounds, and I'll try and leave links to everything I'm wearing down in the description box below, or I'll find a suitable alternative. So for me, transitioning into the fall and winter weather is all about 4 things: cardigans, hoodies, flannels and sweatshirts. And I'm going to start off today with this absolute banger of a cardigan. I got this from Etsy and it was listed as being from the 1950s, but it could possibly date back as far as the 1940s just based on the design and fit. There's no sizing tag, but it has that absolute classic vintage cut, being slimmer throughout the body and arms and shorter in length, so it hits perfectly around the belt line. It's in this beautiful green colour, but it has quite a lot of discoloration and some small repairs, which isn't a surprise given its age. It's made from 100% worsted wool. I'm not too clued up on what exactly that means. I think it's how the wool is processed, but it results in this extremely heavyweight, dense, robust and quality feeling product. I don't have anything else like it in my collection. It feels quite special. It was made by a company called Candle Knitting Mills in Portland, Oregon, which is just an historic city for producing quality garments. This is obviously some sort of varsity cardigan given its striped sleeve design. It's probably from a high school or university. It has a chain-stitched name on the inside, which I think says Wayne Compton, and a patch on the arm which I can't read at all. Let me know if you can make it out. Anyway, I picked this up for 60 quid and I think it's fantastic. Hopefully it'll last another 70 odd years. Another cardigan I'll be wearing is the Uniqlo Souffle short cardigan from the women's section. I've shown this off before. It's a really popular piece and it seems to be a permanent fixture in Uniqlo's collection, so you can still pick it up today and in multiple colours. I have it here in off-white, which I just find to be very versatile. It's called souffle because the fabric is so light and airy, and it really is. It's also very soft and comfortable with a fuzzy texture, but not itchy. The main reason I got it though was because of the fit. It's called the short cardigan because it's shorter in length, so it fits very similar to the first cardigan I showed off. I got it in size medium. It's a bit more relaxed around the chest, but the length is perfect, hitting at the belt line again. I wear this cardi with everything. It works with jeans or trousers. I can chuck a t-shirt or button up underneath, or I can wear it underneath a jacket. It's just a really versatile and affordable essential for me. Moving on to hoodies and probably some of my favourite pieces from today's video. First up is this vintage style hoodie from Doubleworks. Doubleworks are a sub-label of Warehouse & Co, which are well known for making high quality denim products. And Doubleworks are no different. They manufacture their stuff in Japan using Marudo knitting machines from the 1920s. So you get that true vintage feel. They've also embellished it a bit with the cut collar and the faded print on the front. You'll have to help me out here. UFP is obviously an American university, but I don't know which one. I'm guessing Pennsylvania, but I could be wrong. Either way, I love that old collegiate design. I believe this hoodie was a Japan only release because I couldn't find it anywhere in Europe or the US. I stumbled upon it randomly from a Japanese seller on Depop and the price was just too good to pass up at 30 quid. As I said, it's a modern reproduction, and I believe they were using a 60s or 70s Champion reverse weave as the reference. It has the expanding gussets on the sides, the reverse weave knit on the inside, and the hems are super chunky. The hems are also a slightly different colour and I just love the look this gives off. It's a size medium but has that 60s/70s form-fitting cut, which I really like. Now, funnily enough, shortly after I picked up that Doubleworks hoodie, a true vintage Champion hoodie came up for £35. Not only is £35 a no regrets bargain, but I also just really liked the design and colourway. So I went for it and I'm super happy I did. We can tell it's from the 70s due to the one colour red Champion tag, plus it was made in the USA. It's really cool to be able to compare this with that Doubleworks hoodie, which, as I said, probably used this Champion hoodie as a reference. The only big difference is that the Champion hoodie is a reverse weave warm-up rather than just a reverse weave, so it's noticeably thicker, warmer and heavier. I'd also say that the Doubleworks hoodie is a little bit longer in length. The Champion hoodie is a size medium but has that true vintage fit, being slimmer and shorter on the body. Other vintage features include those chunky hems and an almost comically small kangaroo pocket. Obviously we can see this is from Colorado College, and it says physical education on the front, which is just a really cool subject matter. And the colour is lush, a dark green with the yellow print. This is what caught my eye when I was browsing eBay. It's in surprisingly good condition given its age. I'm guessing it's been in storage for the last 40 or 50 years. Now if you're sick of me talking vintage, then here's a small respite for you. This is the cropped zip hoodie from Destructive's new collection that they sent out to me. I've shown a few of their pieces off before. They do some really great relaxed fit basics, and this new collection really impressed me. They've designed some of their best sellers to have this perfect cropped length, and also released some new colorways. The zip hoodie features a chrome YKK double zip, which is always nice to give you more styling options. It's made in Portugal from 100% combed cotton, and it's 420 GSM, so pretty heavyweight. Now these pieces are oversized, so keep that in mind if you're picking one up. But they do have all the exact measurements on their website, so no nasty surprises. I took a look at the chart and decided extra small was the right size for me, and I'm very pleased with how it fits me. Still relaxed, but I don't feel like I'm drowning in it whatsoever. It's the perfect hoodie to throw on around the house, or just going out for something casual. Next up, an absolute essential that should be on everyone's list going into fall and winter, flannel shirts. I've got quite a few, and I'm just going to group two of my favourite ones together in this section. The red and black check Woolrich shirt and this multicoloured check Pendleton shirt. I've definitely talked about these numerous times in the past. They're some of my favourite pieces of all time. They're both made from 100% wool, and I'm guessing not very processed, because they're super itchy, but I can put up with them due to how beautiful they are. The Woolrich is much thicker and heavier weight, almost like a jacket. I use this when I'm going outside in the cold and I need to layer up. It makes both a good mid layer and a top layer piece. I love the classic plaid or check design, whatever it's called. It has a proper lumberjack feel to it. The Pendleton, on the other hand, is a lot more refined. It's a thinner wool and it has some tidier features to it, such as the lining around the neck to reduce itchiness, and the loop collar top button. It also has the double front chest pockets without buttons, and the straight cut hem, both of which are kind of a Pendleton shirt trademark, I think. This is more the kind of shirt I'd wear indoors, possibly even to a nicer event because it could easily be dressed up. They're both probably from around the 1970s based on their tags. Both are made in the USA, of course, Woolrich in Pennsylvania and Pendleton in good old Portland, Oregon. Unfortunately, both of these companies have moved their production abroad these days, even though their prices are still the same. So whenever I see these older pieces for a good price, I tend to pick them up. I've got quite a few now, and I enjoy every single one of them. Okay, let's move on to the final section of this video, sweaters. The first one is another bargain I managed to get for secondhand for a measly £3. This San Pedro, California sweatshirt. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I see that Pedro and it looks like a different word, which scares me a bit. But the reason I like this sweater is the design. It's got those collegiate stripes on the arms, which, if you haven't guessed yet, is my new obsession. It has the raglan cut, which is a nice change sometimes. Plus, it's got the kangaroo pocket, not something you often see on sweatshirts, and I don't know why because it's such a nice addition. I really like the colour as well, a dark navy with the contrasting hits of beige. This is printed on a vintage Made in USA Artex blank. I'm guessing it's from the 80s, although it could be 90s. I don't know my Artex tags too well, but just like a lot of other things in this video, it's a medium, but it has that slim and short fit. It's quite thin and lightweight as well, which is nice to have, especially in the transitional weather when you don't know what's going to happen. It's nice to have both warmer and cooler pieces. Overall, it just fits my vibe at the moment, and I love it. The next piece is again from Destructive, and it's the sweater from their cropped collection. I know for sure people are going to be asking me about this one when I wear it in future videos, because the colour is stunning. It's called Vintage Grey and it looks exactly how it's described. This super faded, stonewashed grey, meaning every piece is going to be slightly different. On top of that, it has this great close fitting thick collar, along with the thick cuffs and hems. It makes the piece look and feel really sturdy when you're wearing it. Other than that, it's the same as the zip hoodie I showed off earlier. Made in Portugal of 420 GSM combed cotton. It's obviously going to be different for everyone, but for me at 5'10", this extra small just fits perfectly. Nicely relaxed around the chest and arms with an ideal length on the body. So there's some of my essential pieces for transitioning into the colder fall and winter weather. I think it's a nice mix of vintage and newer pieces. Maybe a little bit heavy on the Americana, but I honestly don't think that'll ever go out of style. It's just so wearable and none of them cost me very much, so I've got no complaints. I'd love to know some of your favourites. Please feel free to drop a comment down below. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.